Hello and welcome to this tutorial where I'm gonna show you how to build up a very Beatles-sounding tune with button technology. First we have to have a suitable song, preferably in style with Mercy Beat or similar, that would resemble those styles that the Beatles created. As it happened to be, Random Wave had that kind of song very long time in their repertoire, and they decided to record it, partly because it would be fun to try out those legendary sounds. Okay, let's open up Source Studio, the best digital audio workstation in the market. First I'm gonna add the overhead file to the multitrack window. The overhead file contains cymbal and hi-hat sounds. This track was recorded at sessions when the band recorded the basic tracks of their self-titled album. Actually it was done at Joni's house a little bit later, and as you can see in this picture, there's only one overhead mic. Let's hear a little of that track. That hi-hat would be decent enough to get mixed properly, but the kick and snare don't sound authentic at all. What I'm gonna do is use Drum Tracker software and extract those audio peaks, which actually are kick and snare sounds, to MIDI notes. I'm gonna show you quickly how Drum Tracker works. Okay, this is the Drum Tracker main window, and I'm loading the same overhead file now. Here I can render the file and extract those audio peaks to MIDI notes. Those green vertical lines represent the MIDI notes. Then I sync those MIDI notes to overhead track in Source Studio, and I'm free to choose better sounds for kick and snare. I'm not gonna go into Drum Tracker tutorial, so let's get back to Source Studio and load the edit list file, which contains the ready-made MIDI tracks. There you can see 4 MIDI tracks extracted from the audio overhead track. Now we have to load drum sounds for those MIDI notes. And what would be better than Abbey Road drums? Let's open up Abbey Road drums. I'm gonna use 60s vintage kit, which is a very basic setup. There are only 2 channels, kick and overhead. But the sound seems to be right. Let's mix the audio overhead track. There are too much low frequencies in the overhead track, so I have to use some equalization. Unfortunately, I noticed that this Source Studio program crashes with Contact Player if I try any tweaking, so I had to make audio track of Abbey Road drums. We can now open the final edit list file, which includes the audio drum track. There you can see first 2 tracks, Abbey Road drum sounds and the overhead. Here I have used Source Studio's EQ to filter out lower frequencies from the overhead track, so the kick and snare would be authentic sounding. Then the bass guitar audio file. Jukka had played with Greco, a Beatle bass copy, to get this woody and fulfilling tone. It is a little bit uneven on the neck, so the tone isn't very balanced on every note. But on the other hand, so was the original. The bass was recorded directly without amper mic. Instead, Jukka used Sans Amp PSA1, which has some very good bass sounds. Again, little EQ and a wonderful VST effect, Sound Toys Decapitator. Here's the final sound. For the rhythm guitar part, we need a certain kind of rickenbacker sound. There comes Sans Amp again for rescue. Even if the guitar isn't a rickenbacker, and it wasn't, you can dial some convincing sounds out of Sans Amp. Like this one. This resembles a 60s 325 enough, And the same method applies to lead guitar part. Again we try to find a Rickenbacker sound out of Sunsamp. There's even a little bit of 12-string sound, although the guitar on this track was a Tokai Stratocaster. Let's hear all the backing tracks together. The next operation wouldn't be necessary, and the idea came from the early stereo records that were funny to listen with headphones. So we pamped the drums and bass to the left and rhythm guitar to the right. Lead guitar stays at the center. The most critical part though is the vocals. And while the vocalist didn't hope to sound anywhere near as good as the old masters, there would be some tricks to try out. First of all, the vocal mic and mic preamp should be similar sounding as the old gear at Abbey Road. Enter 472 preamp, the exact copy of Red 47 preamp, which was used in most Beatle records. Unfortunately, Neumann U47 mic wasn't available, so we had to use a modded Octava 319, which is said to sound quite similar. Together, these devices produce a warm and bitey vocal sound that you can hear truffle tracked here.
Thinking of you, though it's true that you really make me blue. Each time I hear your
The backing
voice,
vocals
I
are
know
essential
that
to
I
mimic
don't
the sound
have
of Lennon
any
and
choice.
McCartney.
You always make me feel like fool, but it's true. Yes, it's true.
This is very melodic arrangement, similar to those good old harmonies from '63. If you're interested in what vocal ambience was used, it was an impulse response of Bricasti M7 processor, which includes some of the best ambiences ever. You can easily find similar sounding ambience that was in Abbey Road's echo chamber. The mixing part was quite easy, and after mastering, the whole song sounded like this.
I can't help thinking of you, though it's true that you really make me blue. Each time I hear your voice, I know that I don't have any choice. You always make me feel like fool, but it's true, yes it's true, that I would like to go on with you. Please don't go out with him, don't you know I know it's only a whim. He's trying to show that I would be smart if I just said you goodbye. You always make me feel like fool, but it's true, yes it's true, that I would like to go on with you. There will be a time when you see what you've been to me. Don't be too sorry, then I'll forgive you everything, and it's true.